What if I told you that the reason most people live restless, anxious, and exhausted lives is not because the world is cruel, but because their minds are untrained? What if peace, strength, and focus were not gifts handed down by luck, but skills you could master, like building muscle? This is the forgotten wisdom of Stoicism, the art of training your mind like a warrior trains his body. And in an age of noise, distraction, and chaos, it may be the most valuable power you could ever possess. Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, these men lived in times of plagues, wars, and betrayal. Yet they carried themselves with a calm that we today can barely imagine. Why? Because they understood a simple truth. You cannot control the world, but you can control yourself. Your thoughts, your reactions, your choices, these belong to you. No one can take them unless you hand them over. Imagine how different your life would be if you mastered that truth. Imagine walking through life unshaken, no matter what storm rages outside. But let's be real. Training the mind is harder than training the body. Anyone can lift weights for an hour. Few can sit alone with their thoughts without being consumed by fear, doubt, or anger. And yet this is exactly what Stoicism demands. It is not about escaping pain, but about mastering it. It is not about chasing pleasure, but about being free from the chains of needing it. The Stoics believe that freedom is not found in getting everything you want. It is found in needing less, in controlling your desires, in shaping your mind so that nothing owns you. Epictetus, born a slave, put it this way: no man is free who is not master of himself. Think about that. You could be rich, famous, powerful, and still be a prisoner of anger, lust, greed, or fear. And you could have nothing, yet be freer than kings because your mind is unshakable. That is the kind of strength the Stoics practiced, and it is the kind of strength our world desperately needs today. Training the mind begins in the smallest moments. When someone insults you, do you lash out or do you hold steady? When you fail, do you collapse or do you rise and learn? When life throws you pain, do you run from it or do you allow it to shape you? Every moment is training. Every obstacle is a weight in the gym of the soul. And every day you either become stronger or weaker depending on how you respond. And here's the paradox. The world is filled with people chasing comfort, but it is the ones who embrace discomfort that become unbreakable. The Stoics practiced poverty to remind themselves they could survive it. They visualized loss so that nothing would take them by surprise. They reminded themselves of death, not to be morbid, but to live more fully, more urgently, more awake. They knew that the mind must be hardened against illusion and trained to see life as it is, not as we wish it to be. So ask yourself this: who really rules your life right now? Is it you or is it your emotions? Is it you or is it your fear? Is it you or is it your anger every time someone offends you? Your despair every time you fail? Your craving every time you want more? Because until you master your mind, you are a slave, no matter how free you think you are. But the moment you take control, the moment you say, I decide what I think, I decide how I feel, I decide how I act, that is the moment you become unstoppable. The world doesn't need more men who conquer others. It needs men who conquer themselves. Men who can stand calm in chaos, who can rise after defeat, who can love fate instead of fearing it. That is the power of Stoicism. That is the strength of training your mind. And if you begin today, if you choose mastery over slavery, discipline over impulse, wisdom over noise, then no matter what life throws at you, you will not just survive. You will thrive. Because in the end, the greatest empire you could ever rule is not Rome, not nations, not markets. It is your own mind. And if you win that empire, you're already the most powerful person alive.